Aye, good day, ye scurvy dogs, and this be the B-side book reviews, and today we be looking at a book entitled Pirates by a fine lad named John Matthews. I'm guessing he's a fine lad, never met the man. Well, it's a bit of a pop-up book, you might say, or see. Can't see much, I got my eye patch on. So, get you a glass of strong drink or whatever. Get your musket, put on your eye patch, and we'll take a look at the book Pirates. I'll be looking with one eye. Alright, you scallywag landlubbers, here's everything you wanted or needed to know about those ruthless, swashbuckling buccaneers of the high seas. All this fascinating info comes along with pictures, little envelopes here, and cool faux, what we call these, fold-outs. Okay, you Scooby Dogs, this might be considered a pop-up book, and it probably isn't used in too many colleges. However, it was quite informative in a 12-year-old cabin boy kind of way. Yeah. Now, most of the envelopes here, such as this one here, hold remakes of documents such as a pirate's recruitment poster or the complete text of Captain Kidd's privateer license. Such came in handy just in case the good captain ever got pulled over or something, or had to show some ID when he wanted to host up a brew with the boys. You know, the good captain might be looking a bit young for his age, you see. And of course, then there were some fold-outs showing the different kind of weapons that these seafaring hooligans used in their pillaging and plundering. Yes, in lack of a better literary or seafaring term, the book was quite nifty. Yeah, I said nifty. You got a problem with that? Didn't think so. There were also a lot of really good illustrations portraying our notorious nocturnal villains, such as this. Okay, this book be not exactly something you want to write a high school or even a junior high book report on, but I dug it. Of course, that's in lack of a better literary term. Once again, you got a problem with that? Oh, didn't think so. Now this be the second time I be reading through this book, and I'll probably be skimming through it again someday. What? You be having a problem with that? Now, not only it was the pop-up book here, a bit fun to read, but believe it or not, this book be actually pretty informative. Me learned a great deal. Not all treasure be silver and gold, you know. Knowledge be the true treasure. And we be seeking it here in bountiful supply. In fact, if the truth be known, I most likely learned as much about pirates in these 30 pages as I did in the 400 pages of the mammoth power book I be reading last week. After all, half of these pages, well, they be comprised of pictures. And as some scurvy scholar once said, a picture be telling 1,000 tales. So take all these pictures and multiply them by 1,000 and oh well, you be doing the math. I've got me better things to do. Now if there was any suffering I endured while reading this here book, it came at the hands of one of my scallywag co-workers who sometimes talks to me when I'm reading. He simply asks, dude, are you reading a pop-up book? Need I say more? Oh shit, been packing me pistol that day and I say, yes, I'm reading a pop-up book. Yeah, got a problem with that. However, me place of work frowns on bringing weapons to the workplace. They're kind of funny about that. Believe it or not, these 30 pages took longer to drift through than I would have ever imagined. I guess it's because there are just so many cool things to look through on each page. Look at this. Here's a little bit about rats on the ship. Then we got some muskets and rifles here. Oh, I'm not even sure what this is, but it folds out. Now I would get into this book and just be reading along, and then notice 30 minutes had flown by. Wow, those pirates are indeed a crafty lot. They'll plunder your time without you ever being the wiser. Yes, you just look through these things. Oh, this thing pops up like this. Isn't that cool? Oh dear, look at the time. Okay, the cover of this book has a skull and crossbones on it, complemented with a big plastic red ruby in the eye of the skull. That alone should tell you, the reader, that this isn't a book that history majors will use to write their master's thesis. It's a pop-up book. I mean, how hard can it be to read? Right? But if that's me hearties, for unseeable troubles be lying ahead. Actually, they're pretty easy to see, but not so easy to be reading though. As with all books of this pop-up nature, they try to be authentic as possible with their unofficial copies of the official documents. Yes, the computer font back in the golden era of the pirates left a little to be desired. And this book tries to recreate the authentic, nearly impossible to read print of some of these documents. I nearly needed a linguista to read this book. No wonder so many people were illiterate back in those days. They probably knew how to read. They just couldn't read that gosh awful print. And is linguister a pirate term or did I just make that up? Linguister. Hey, you got a problem with that? Where's me? Here we go. Have you got a problem with that? Linguister. Avast ye landlubbers, as it says right on the back of the Pirate's book. And that was the Pirate's book. A fine book, even if it was a pop-up book. It's a book for all ages. You got a problem with that, eh? Didn't think so. So go read a book. You can read a pop-up book. I don't care. I just can't imagine being a pirate with a patch on his eye. You'd have to fight everyone just on this side. Hey, everyone, please, over on this side. I can't fight anyone now. You all go away. Yes, you, and you. Come on now. I haven't got all day.